What up, folks? What up, people? This is Dungeons and Dragons on a Tuesday night. We are so happy that we are getting to play this. Welcome. I'm trying to get people's nameplates organized as we're talking. And I think I got it. And, oh, nice. Check out our Discord, folks. It's quite fun. Okay.
That's how he looks with his perpetually open mouth.
That's right. Just mouth agape. Okay. Welcome, folks. We have been talking for a long time that we're going to do a One Piece inspired Dungeons and Dragons story. Well, it is happening tonight. The computer tried to say no, but not us. We are still going to do this. We're going to overcome the obstacles to give you good Dungeons and Dragons content. I didn't watch 1,000+ episodes of the One Piece anime for it to go to waste. So this is happening. So I do apologize. I've only made it to 1033. One Piece goes beyond that. It goes like to 190, or 1090. So I'm sorry, I have fallen short. Feel free to shame me, and at me on Twitter about it. But I feel like I've gotten most of the lore down. I really like One Piece, and so that was kind of the inspiration for the story that we've created here on this Piece of 8 campaign. That's correct. That's the name of the title of our homebrew campaign, Piece of 8. So it is a One Piece inspired story. That's what we're going to be playing tonight, ladies and gents. I got here some of the PU2 Cru here, as well as a newbie, a rookie here on the channel that we will also introduce here in a second. Just getting ready to roll this sucker out. And before we get rolling, just really quick reminders. I know I haven't been as active on the stream lately, but you can still find me on all the social medias. Look up PU2 on TikTok, on Instagram, on X, on Patreon, on Discord. We got all the things. We also have a merch store on Twitch. So you can find the link for that here on our Twitch page. And we're also on YouTube. So check us out on all the places. With that being said, you're watching the PU2 channel. I'm PU2, and this is my channel where we do a lot of shenanigans through roleplay, or we do shenanigans through gameplay of video games, but we do it all with friends, because that's what this stream's about, and that's who we have with us tonight. With all that being said, let's go around the table. We'll start with old faithful PS Zombie. How are you doing tonight, PS Zombie?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be playing.
Woot woot. PS Zombie is the DM on our other campaign, The Unbeaten Path, which we will be going in rotations with this campaign. So it'll be every other week. So check that out on the alternate Tuesdays for his brainchild, Unbeaten Path, in his campaign. So he's going to be one of the players here tonight. We also have Climate Changer. How's it going, Climate Changer?
Going swell. Feeling good.
There he is. Or should I say dot Climate Changer? I've seen your Discord. There's a dot in that name.
Oh.
I feel lied to.
Climate dot
I've been
changer.
referring you as Climate Changer, but it's dot Climate Changer this whole time.
Yeah. It's a little secret between me and the stream.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
a little Easter egg.
That's right. Hit us up with those follows if that reeled you in, that little secret knowledge there. We also have Alex. How's it going, Alex?
It's actually dot. It's dot, Alex.
It's hyphen, actually.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. No, I'm good, man. Excited to be here.
Haven't seen Alex in a bit too, so excited to have him back in the campaign. And then we also have MK. We go by gamer tag names. So MK Spectre as well. How's it going, MK?
Not too bad.
Good.
Ready to give D&D my first shot. See how it goes.
This is his first D&D. We went through his character creation together. I'm excited to have him on a campaign. Should be very fun. So we'll be kind of guiding him through that as we go. Feel free to ask questions. We are not very super official at all, so we like to just have fun with it. So I'm glad you're on the stream, but no sweat. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
We'll just kind of work through it together. But welcome. Happy to have you. So let's go through character introductions, y'all. I think we'll do that, and then we'll kind of set the scene for what we're going to be playing. So, as y'all get that ready, I'm going to see if I can get a little music queued up just when we get started. Okay, I'm going to kick it to just give us kind of a summary of the name, class, race, just the basics. We can add more flavor as we go through the campaign on kind of the background of where you're coming from. So I'm going to start with PS Zombie in the same order. PS Zombie, what you playing in tonight's campaign?
Sounds good. Well, I'm playing Garza. He is a monk, raised and trained by a turtle in the Dragon Turtle School style of martial arts. He is an Aasimar, which are like people with divine blood. So looks like a normal human, but with a touch of the divine in there. And he is the ship's cabin boy. So he does the most menial tasks, scrubs the deck, does the laundry, anything that's too low for somebody else to do, that's his job.
Awesome. All right. And Climate Changer, what are you playing in tonight's campaign?
I'm playing Ichibi Harada, the human ranger, who hails from the Sky Isles. And that's all I'm gonna, I guess, say about keeping it basic. I guess humans are pretty basic.
Are they?
Are they? Yeah. They're standard, right?
They're standard.
I do know a couple of extra languages though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sure.
That
That's
always
exciting.
comes into play,
Plot twist. Alrighty. Good deal. And Alex, what are you playing tonight for us, bud?
So I am playing Gornurk. He is a bugbear barbarian, and despite that tough exterior, there's a soft heart under there. You get to know him throughout this campaign. I'm excited.
Mm.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, MK, Spectre, what you got?
I am playing Orthos Aurelian. He is a fighter, half-orc. Has a mercenary background, but not with any established mercenary group. So he just kind of bounced around, just sword for hire. He's just on the ship, just hanging out, just there to lend some muscle.
Cool. All right. Well, this sounds like a good cast of characters, y'all, and sounds like some good adventures on the horizon. All right. Let's do a little theme music to get us rolling here and get us in the mood. So, there we go. Piece of 8. I'm going to turn it down. It's a little loud. That we're looking for. Piece of 8. All right, folks. Welcome to Piece of 8. 100 years ago, there was a cataclysmic event known as the Great Wake that has reshaped this world that you are in into a land covered in sea and dotted with thousands of islands. This world became very friendly to pirates because of its natural naval environment. A few years back, specifically 50 years back, there rose a very prominent pirate among all of the pirates. that earned the title Buccaneer King, and his name was Jolly D. Roger. So Jolly D. Roger became the Buccaneer King and inspired many other pirates to follow in his example. That is the world you are in now. That is the world of Piece of Eight. People keep talking about the treasure that he had, which was a treasure for the world that inspired countless pirates to come forward and be part of crews. Specifically how this campaign will work, and I'm going to have to be just flipping back and forth on my cameras because I need to look at my notes, is that this is a campaign of fame among pirates. There are 100 ranked pirates in this world. Your goal is to start as a level 1 character and move your way up in prominence to become the next Buccaneer King. You have a pirate captain, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and you're going to be part of a crew that tries to make it to the top. At the very top of the pirate ranking system is a 3-way tie that are known as the Overlords of the Sea, which you will learn more about later in this campaign. We've also got a military force that is trying to hold the world together and is trying to combat the pirates that have taken over this world. They are known as the Tidal Watch. The Tidal Watch is the government that oversees this world, and the army arm of them is known as the Minutemen Militia, and they are in charge of trying to keep law and order among this land. So that's a little bit of the world. If you all remember, we did do a reveal campaign where we also talked about these things as well. So I have all those notes in front of me, and we can refer back if we need to. But let's talk about getting into your characters and what we're going to do tonight. As soon as I flip back over to my camera. Okay. All right. Let me set my music. You all have been recruited by an individual named... Cannot get my camera to work. All right. Tamarian D. Kite, a prominent wanderer from the seas, has been wanting to recruit a pirate crew. He wants to become the next Buccaneer King to create a life of ease for himself. And he has recruited each of you across the seas in various different ways. He's given you all the instructions to meet him at a prominent island located in one of the islands of the Moon Islands in the northeast corner of this world. The island is known as Ark Novalis, and you are supposed to meet him in 2 weeks' time so he can form his pirate crew together, the Kite Pirates. You're supposed to meet him at Pier 3 and then join him on his first maiden voyage. And that's where we are here tonight. So, I'm going to pause the music, flip us over to the world, to the island of Ark Novalis. Ark Novalis is in a group of islands known as the Moon Islands. So I'm going to flip really quick just so you have this as a reference, folks, to the big overview map. As you know, there are 4 different quadrants of the world. Those 4 quadrants are a collection of islands mostly. So you have Cloud Islands, Star Islands, Moon Islands, and Sun Islands. So among these 4 quadrants, all your islands reside. And then the area in the middle is known as Pirates Run. It's very kind of tumultuous seas or rough seas that only the best pirates can navigate. So you were supposed to meet Tamarian D. Kite, who has kind of already been wandering around recruiting you. You were supposed to meet him at an island in the Moon Islands, which is that top right quadrant. So you can kind of see there. It would be up in the top right. And the island of Art Novalis is a very busy port island that is in kind of a rural part of the sea. I would say it's in that top left corner of the Moon Island quadrant, but it is a pretty prominent port town with a lot of ports. So let's get to it.
Just so you know, PU2, right now on the stream is like your actual GM screen, so we can like see all your maps and stuff.
No!
I don't know if that was as intended or not.
Well,
I don't think it's spoiled anything yet. But
just because you see it doesn't mean you can stop it. Okay, there's nothing major spoiler that you can see yet, but thank you for letting me know that. All right, Arc Novalis. You guys are going to Port 3. So, part of the islands network, the different quadrants, is the islands all have unique sort of climates. What's nice about the Moon Islands is they get very little daylight. Maybe about 3 to 4 hours in a day of daylight. It's mostly dusk, kind of twilight, or darkness. You are supposed to arrive during the 3-hour daylight window. And I'll kind of leave it up to players' choice here. Who do you think among the four of you would be the most on time? Or maybe even early? I guess I'm asking who's the most type A?
Well, I see Garza as pretty obsessive about proving himself, so I think he would certainly be up and at him.
Okay. Well, we'll start with Garza. You show up first. Let me flash some pictures up really quick. That is Jolly D. Roger. I've just shown him to you all. Prominent pirate from 50 years ago. He was the Buccaneer King. And then I'll flash up to Marion D. Kite, who has already had a kind of an it may show his character sheet. Just flip to the photo. Oh no, hang on. I've got the actual dang picture. Why am I doing the character sheet? There's nothing on the character sheet, but you can look at it if you want. So that's
He looks less jolly.
Yeah. He's got some riz, as the kids say.
I like the
It's very it's very like Newgrounds, like Farmer Games.
Yeah. So he has a I'll put that in the description. Okay. So you walk up, Pier 3. The pier system, so if you look at the map, the kind of higher the numbers, the busier it gets. So you're in that top left corner of the island. The piers out there are very remote. They don't get a lot of action. It's very low foot traffic. So it's kind of quiet as you walk up and you notice that you're getting close to the signage for Pier 3. You're about where you are. And you look over and there is a hammock that has been makeshift set up. And you see the familiar face of Tamarian D. Kite, who is just asleep in that hammock. He's taking a nice little snooze. Doesn't seem at all worried. You can look at his asleep face to see he has very little sign of worry, distress, or anything. Just kind of taking a nice little nap. It's very weird at this point of the day.
To nap right when it gets light.
To nap right when it gets light, right. Alex, can you back off your mic just a little bit? I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you, buddy. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's very weird for you because the 3 hours of daylight here are the productive hours. Like, people use that to their advantage. No one really takes breaks during this time because it's the productive hours in the Moon Islands. But he is undeterred, just kind of snoozing. He has next to him, I was going to look it up before we started this campaign, but it's like, I'll look it up. It's kind of like a spear with a curved tip kind of like an axe, but looks like a spear. There's a word for it. I'll look it up.
A Gaisarn?
Maybe. How do you spell that?
It's French, so who knows?
Spear with
Garçon?
curved blade.
Garçon.
You talking about like a French
Guisarme.
Garçon. Yeah.
Say hooked
French.
polearm.
Say that again. G what?
Guisarme.
No, it's not what I was going for.
But it's like a hooked polearm.
Yeah. You guys are probably seeing my screen, aren't you? Vicento?
I'm just seeing the map.
Yeah.
Okay. Vicento. Bisento. That's what it is.
Okay.
So that is what it is.
It's almost like a naginata.
Mm-hmm. It's like an eighth of a katana and then a broom handle.
Gotcha.
That's what it is. So he's got a Vicento. I learned something today. And that's not even in his hands. So, Pia Zombie, your character just sees him in the hammock with a Vicento like propped up against the hammock. Like he's not even like holding it or anything. He's just chill. So, there you go. He's just napping.
Is his ship already here?
You don't see a ship. You look around, you don't see anything in the port. It's kind of empty.
Yeah, so I'll just say quietly to myself, "Oh, the captain's napping. But this dock is in no shape to accept my captain. I'll clean it up while he's asleep." And I'll take my mop, which I brought with me. I brought my own mop. You can't show up to a job and expect them to just supply everything. And I'll start furiously mopping the dock.
All right. So...
And
Nice.
whisper screaming to myself, "Gotta get it clean." Like, in a way not to wake him up, but with high intensity.
Cool. So, Garza is cleaning viciously the dock. At this point, who shows up next? I'll let players decide who they think would be the next on time. We're getting close. I would say Garza is probably a little early, right? So now we're getting more to proper on time.
I guess at Chibi,
Okay. Ichibi, you show up.
he's, notice him walking up and he's like drenched in water. And it almost looks as if he's just crawled out of the ocean. He's got like seaweed embedded, like trailing behind him, caught in one of his shoes. But he's there. And I guess he would, sadly ruin, the mopping that you've been doing by walking over it with dirty shoes. And I would imagine he'd go up. Like, do we have a motivation to wake this guy up and talk to him, or did we all just randomly show up here?
All you've been told is to meet him at Dock 3 on this time and date, and that he would be assembling his pirate crew then, and then they would get their vessel and depart on their adventures. Or get their vessel and depart. He wouldn't say adventures.
So, Ichibi would become horribly jealous at you arriving on time, like earlier than him, and he would immediately start trying to clean up where he's left these footprints in your clean deck, I guess, and he's gonna remove maybe his like bandana or something and start like trying to clean up with that.
So Garza sees this competition now of a red human that is joined to clean.
Yeah, so Garza's just loving the loyalty of the captain here, so he's just going to shoot you an enthusiastic thumbs up and get back to furiously mopping.
Man.
All right, Orthos or Gornick, who would show up next?
I feel like Gordner would show up dead last.
Okay.
Yeah. Orthos is real laid back, so he just kind of strolls up.
So
He notices the captain. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I will say, let's say it's getting after the meeting time, right? So both of y'all kind of late arrivals, both show up around the same time. You see the sleeping captain, the Tamarian D. Kite, who you have met, and he has recruited you. A deep nap in his hammock with his Besito weapon propped up against it. And two individuals viciously cleaning the dock, looking a little odd. What do you do in this moment?
Orthos, he real relaxed, strolls up, notices the captain sleeping, notices the other two guys working. But you know what? Captain after my own heart. He throws his torch down, lays down against the tree, and immediately falls asleep.
Okay. All right, Gornick.
I like how it's now perfectly balanced. Alex, will you sleep? Will you work?
2 for 2.
Tip the scales.
Oh man, there's a lot depending on this. Mr. Gordon's going to come running in to this dock area, shirt off. I don't know if bugbears normally wear clothes, but he's going to shirt off, and he's going to be counting out loud as though he's just completed a workout. So he's going to get in and just go, and 1,000, as though he's just done 1,000 of something. And just very show-offy, and sees people cleaning and sort of laughs to himself and thinks, well, I know who I'm getting to do my chores, so this is going to be a really easy trip. And I feel like he would wake up the captain at the point.
Okay.
I don't want to waste time. I don't want to, kind of annoyed I have to be there. This has interrupted my day, and so now I want to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to wake up, instead of the captain. Oh gosh, what's your character's name?
So you go to wake up the
Just gonna walk
cabin.
over this
I'm gonna
freshly cleaned deck.
Oh yeah, I'm going to traipse right across it. And tell you that you missed a spot as I do it, and then I'm going to go up to the tree and wake him up, assuming he's the captain.
Even though you've met Tamarian
So when do we
Ninkai,
get underway?
you haven't met this guy.
Oh, that's right. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, I guess
Very
I'm the
forgetful.
captain.
Just kind
Yes.
of everywhere you're
low
walking, I'm just
intelligence.
behind you, mopping, like directly behind you, just following you around. But like, big smile on my face, perfectly happy to do it. Like no passive aggression whatsoever. Literally just cleaning up.
Well, I know who the
Achieving
shield's gonna
is
be.
like
This is gonna be
almost
beautiful.
ashamed.
What a bunch of nerds. The dock's just gonna get dirty again.
Not if I can help it.
Do you actually?
And he
say that?
pulls out another bandana. Starts cleaning with that.
I can't control whether this dock gets dirty again, but I know that as long as I'm here, it'll be clean. And I'll keep mopping.
Nice.
We have like a classic
take
anime, like freeze frame.
Okay. So you guys are viciously cleaning this dock, and Gornick, do you wake the captain, or what did you decide to do?
Yeah, I think I do wake the captain.
Okay. So how do you wake him?
Ready to get underway.
You just kind of like,
I'm going to take the mop and use it to sort of poke the hammock that he's in.
dang. You poke a couple times,
That was just...
and you poke pretty hard at one point, and he finally gets to like shuffling, and kind of pops up. It's not like a, like a sudden wake up. It's a pretty slothy get up, right? Like he doesn't seem bothered, doesn't seem in any hurry, just kind of yawns, stretches, and pops up and says, "Oh, good, you're all here." Just kind of like staring at, and then he looks over at Ichibi and Garza and says, "What are you doing cleaning the dock?" And this guy stares for a while.
I think we're doing a good job. Yeah. Especially me.
I know that when my captain walks on a dock, it'll be clean. That's just the way I operate.
Mm.
I want everyone to know we're the best crew, the best captain, the best dock. No.
All right. I recruited you all to become part of a pirate crew. So let's go do pirate crew things. But first, he picks up his Bacento and he extends it. Closest person to him, Gornick, and he's kind of points at a Gornick. You, Gornick, tell your names to everyone else. And then do introductions. And he kind of twirls his Bacento and kind of slinks back against his hammock.
Hornick would just turn and face this ragtag group of people cleaning and sleeping. Just say, "My name is Gornick. Because my father was a pirate. I'm here to have a score to settle."
All right.
Well,
That's all he would say.
Chibi will probably quit cleaning, seeing that he's outmatched with the mop versus the bandana. And he'd look at, what was it, Gornak?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd look at
Yeah,
Gornak, say, I'm still working on his voice. I don't know what it is yet. But he'd just be like, did I lose you guys?
Nope.
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I just shut all my screens off at once. Anyway, he would say, my name is Echibe Harata, and I have just arrived here, as you can see. And then he pulls a piece of seaweed out of his like collar and throws it on the deck, and then kicks it off into the water. And I have recently fallen from a very high height into the water. I don't really understand how I got here or how I am alive. But I am. And I'm ready to do this crew thing.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
He kind of wrings out his bandana.
I'll shout quite a bit too loudly. My name's Garza from the Dragon Turtle School, and I'm here to make a name for myself. And for my captain, of course. We're gonna be the most famous pirates in the world.
All right.
Orthos has slowly woken up through all of this, especially that last guy just shouting for no reason. He gets up slowly, picks up his sword, and is like, "All right, I'm Orthos. What are we waiting around for? Let's go do some stuff. We're here to make money."
All right, and then So, in your interactions with Tamarian D. Kite, when he met you on the seas and kind of called you here, and in your interactions with him now, he gives off very apathetic, very kind of chill, lazy vibes. But for the first time, he kind of quickly uses his Basito weapon and kind of slams it onto the dock, the wooden platform of the dock, and kind of makes a thud. It says, "I've recruited you all to become the Kite Pirates. And that's what we are today. I picked you because you were strong." And he looks at each of you very convictingly, at each of you. Because we don't need weakness here. From this day forward, you're the Kite Pirates. And we're going to become the next Buccaneer King. But first, and he kind of takes his weapon and points off into the distance. We need a ship. So let's go get one. And then he gets up and kind of, with conviction, walks towards the more busier parts of this island, towards kind of downtown area.
I'm like literally crying with inspiration. I'm like, oh, only our beloved captain would have the will to be a captain without even having a ship.
That's right. You're going to go get a ship. So,
Cool.
Ark Navalis is a busy port town, and you all are in the more remote part of the busyness. But you are moving. He pointed kind of more downtown. So you follow him. You notice that he travels from kind of the more remote parts of the town down towards more of the center of this map. So just as reference, if you kind of look at the map, you can see that sort of if you were to draw kind of if you were to go to the bottom right, you see there's kind of like a lake within it, right? So you kind of see that the island has a little bit of what looks like a sandbar off to the right corner that connects over a body of water. And then that is actually like a port that goes into that sort of lake formation from there. So those are really prominent ports. And that's kind of the focal point of the downtown that expands off of that. So you walk, it gets more and more crowded, more and more bustling, more and more busy. You gotta go from the uptown to the downtown, and it's now kind of pretty busy. He leads you through an area of pretty prominent shops. He leads you past a very big building that is... I'm going to have to flip to my notes, and it's going to mess with my camera. He leads you to past a very big building, and the building has a nice, shiny, bright new sign out front that says... what does it say? Scroll to the bottom of the notes. It says... Ethereal Craft. All one word. Ethereal Craft. And it is a very prominent, looks like very corporate shipbuilding company. You kind of knee-jerk think he's going that direction, so you kind of like drift towards that way, but he just walks right by it like he doesn't even notice it. Walking with conviction, he goes past it and to the left. Down an alley is a very meek-looking storefront that with a pretty aged-looking sign and door, and he opens it up, and the little bell goes ding, 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 and you are in a very meek-looking shipbuilding shop. There's not a lot of room to stand. This part of the shop is sort of the lobby, where there's a counter, and you see a very disheveled looking half-orc named Nero Keel. Well, I won't tell you his name. He'll introduce himself in a second. A very disheveled looking half-orc with scars, working man's hands, right? Like you can definitely tell he's an everyday kind of blue collar vibe to him, but he looks kind of stressed out and a little disheveled. His shop, the back of his shop opens up to a port, so the water literally comes up to that storefront, because behind him is where he has a few ships that are connected to a dock that leads out to the big docks. So it's almost like he has a little like indoor hangar where he has two little where he can build his ships right there, just past that storefront shop. So he looks like this man. Pause for dramatic effect. Show it to players. Show it to everyone. There he is. That is the seemingly owner of the shop. He notices you come in and goes, "Oh, customers." And he kind of perks up, looks at you, looks still stressed out and tired, but says, "Welcome. I am Nero Keel. How can I help you?" Tamarian D. Kite says, "We need a ship, preferably one for big enough for my crew." And he kind of gestures behind him. Nero Keel goes, kind of nods and says, "I'd be happy to build you one, which is what I do as a shipwright. But I'm having some..." He kind of looks to the side. You can kind of tell he's sweating just a little bit. "Supplier issues. And I really can't take
those
commissions at the moment. I really appreciate your business, but unfortunately I'm having real struggles with my supplier issues. So I'm going to need to get back to you, but I'm happy to take a note of what you would like in the vessel, the size, the dimensions, and just please don't take your business elsewhere. Just give me some time." Starts kind of like, messing with his hair, kind of like a stressed out person would. But I'll be happy to maybe make it up to you with a discounted price. I don't know. Tamarian D. Kite just kind of immediately says, "All right, I guess we'll go somewhere else," and starts turning around. And then in a very anime way, right? So like, if you can kind of vision how animes that you may have seen where the very like big head, like, "What? That's all you did? We're gonna do?" Like where they do the really big like shark-like teeth, right? And the very like over-the-top expression. Like, "You're not gonna ask any more questions? What?" And then he just kind of starts walking away. So what do you guys do in this moment?
But who are your suppliers? Who's the problem? What's the problem here?
See, it's well, I have the lumber that I need, but I can't go and claim it. And as soon as he says that, he sort of holds his arm, and you could notice he's got a pretty nasty injury on his shoulder. He's kind of been hiding from you as he's been talking. It's on his right shoulder. He's kind of got it clothed up, so up there you can kind of, if you look at the picture of him, that he's using that sleeve to kind of like he's kind of tucked it down to apply it like a tourniquet pressure on his arm, and it's pretty bloody around there. And then you notice also he's got some kind of gashes on his head too, and says, "I'm just trying to claim my materials, and I have some competition that I have to deal with. As soon as I can get through my supplies that are there on dock 15, I can build ships. I just have some competitors that are keeping me from claiming my supplies." So gotta hold his arm as he says it. And does not make eye contact with you. Shows you a lot of shameful vibes, right? Like he doesn't want to. He's kind of got lowering his head, kind of looking away, like it's very shameful expressions about himself now. So what do you guys do with this information? Kaito is just kind of like, Kaito looks over his shoulder, your captain does, and then he's just kind of like,
I'm gonna shout at the guy. But this just won't do. Our captain needs the best ship on the sea. If you can't make it, then we'll have to get it for ourselves. Just tell me what I gotta do.
I've got the best prices out here. I'm sure you passed Ethereal Craft. They're the major mega corporate organization that has been kind of taking over a lot of the shops around here, to be frank. And as he's holding his arm, like really squeezing it tighter as he's talking about the other shipbuilding company, kind of giving you a tale that it's, related.
Well, I believe in the core of my being that everyone should be free to pursue his or her own livelihood. And it just doesn't sit right with me. Whatever's going on to keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, sir. And I don't know much about the city, and I'm really tired. But I would be willing to, I don't know about you guys, but maybe there's a deal we could work out here where we can help with these services. These suppliers. Grease the wheels.
Corneric is just gonna... I agree. He just throws an axe over his shoulder, one of his weapons over his shoulder, and goes, if we can't make the ship out of wood, we'll make it out of bone. Which dock was it? Pier 15? Starts walking toward the door.
Yes. Pier 15 is... I keep changing his voice, so it's just a general orcish voice. Pier 15 is the pier where all my supplies are, and it's a backlog for several months of lumber. If you were to help me to get it, I don't want to have to ask you to do that, but I'm having trouble getting to my supplies because there's a not maritime, but a law or policy, or I guess you just say a practice here. Well, it's a law. It's written down somewhere where your lumber has to be claimed within 48. Your lumber has to be claimed within a certain time period, or it goes up for auction. I can't compete with the auction prices. I have to have my lumber claimed, but in order to get to the lumber, I need some help. You all look very capable. He kind of looks at y'all and kind of sizes you up as a group. If you could just help me get the lumber, I could make you a ship for probably free, because there's so much backlog of orders that I would be very grateful if you got my lumber back to me in one piece. Dun 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 dun.
He said it.
So not 8 pieces.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one.
But I don't want to have to ask you to do that. It's just it's kind of a heavy lift with people that want the lumber for it to go up for auction later.
Porthos just kind of shrugs and he's like, you know what? I could do with a good workout.
Nice. Such can-do attitudes from the team.
I do what I
Garcia's
can.
gonna shout, pirates make their own future. They don't wait for problems to be solved, they solve them themselves.
Nice. All right. So are we in a... So Kaito just kind of goes... He looks at the shop owner and extends out his blade and kind of lifts up the shirt of the shop owner.
Uh-oh.
And the shop owner's like immediately reacts and pulls away from him and is kind of ashamed and hides the scar, but there's a pretty nasty scar there underneath. And then he said, ethereal, and then your captain says, ethereal craft, right? The shop owner just grunts. Well, if you guys want to go to Dock 15, he kind of addresses you all. I'll meet you there. I gotta do a stop first, and walks out.
But that was weird.
I'm once again crying with inspiration. Our captain's put his faith in us. We can't let him down. He's given us a direct order to reclaim those supplies. I'm not gonna let him down. I'm just overwhelmed with inspiration, so I just kick out my mop and start mopping the floor of the shop. Like just pure overflowing energy.
The shop owner's like, I have to do that.
I think this might be a diagnosis at this point.
Pirates haven't invented Ritalin yet.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys are headed to Dark 15. Is everybody in agreement?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Is there any kind of investigation we can do to determine why he's having trouble with the supplies? Is it just a lifting issue?
So for this, the best thing would probably be a history check because there's stuff going on the island that if you want to use kind of some sort of an intelligence check, you could find out. Investigation would kind of tell you the nature of his injury. So you can kind of go either way on that. So either a history check or an investigation if you want to know what's going on there. First roll of the campaign, folks!
Whoa. Critical.
And it's a crit, baby.
I know all the history of this island, man.
You have so much. Alright, so with that being said, you rolled a very nice 22. So you know that Ark Navalis is controlled mostly by is a shipbuilding island. That's the number one thing that happens here. Is they make prominent ships. They have a lot of notable ships out on the seas that have came from this island. It's a busy port town, but all used to be back in the day, there was a guild of all these different shipbuilders. But over time, the big corporation has slowly started to gobble those small businesses up. Ethereal Craft is now the biggest conglomeration in town. It's a giant corporation. It charges a lot more for ships. Ethereal Craft has gotten a little dirty lately. Fights dirty. They've basically got some thugs to kind of do some racketeering and other sort of crimes related to helping them become a better company. So what's happening here is his supplier issue is really a bunch of thugs trying to get his supplies. So there is a law in Ark Novelist that says if you do not claim supplies on a dock within a certain time frame, those supplies have to go up for auction because a dock must stay clear. But supplies come in on a dock. So what this shop owner has been trying to do is he's been trying to go down to his dock 15 to claim the supplies, and he's been given a special treatment by his competitors. So he's literally trying to go, and he's getting kind of thugged by by some local employees. So that is the real thing of what's going on here, and there's kind of those kind of shady corporate business practices going on.
Okay. So Chibi kind of turns to the group and he says, with my experience with guilds, I have a little bit, and looking at the city, I can tell that, it's sort of like when you used to have a bunch of craft beer breweries in a place, and then the big Budweiser factory came in and put them all out of business. It's sort of like that. And you all understand, right?
Yes. It's like when they put a TGI Fridays
Freaking
downtown.
Budweiser.
Yeah. Yep. But so we got to go help the local craft beer brewery by getting these supplies. Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
and if any of you have a lot
so
of
we're
money,
heading
we could
specifically
bribe
for
some people.
Dock 13, right?
15. Pier 15.
So is this place like crawling with these guards and thugs, and do they have anything to like denote them as working for Ethereal Craft?
You don't know at this point, unless you get to that. I can tell you more when you get to the dock. But at this point, you're just in the shop.
But like the town in general isn't crawling with people who have like badges that have a star on them or anything like that.
You can tell that people that work for the corporation, they do have attire, like they do have uniforms, but those are really the people that work within the dock. Kind of what Ichibi communicated to you all is that they're using sort of thug tactics that may be people that are not trying to publicly show that they're affiliated with the corporation.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I think we're just gonna head towards the pier. Is it evident where it is, or do we need to ask someone?
Yeah, there's pretty good signage. So you guys make your way to the pier. So I'll flip to the pier, and there is all the lumber.
Let's pier at the pier. Nice.
Cool.
Is there a forklift nearby?
We don't get a forklift.
It's so much lumber.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut my camera off because my phone is almost dead, and I need it for notes.
Fancy.
I'm gonna get some. Let me set the scene for y'all real quick. If you want to pull your character tokens onto the map, I would appreciate it. Just drag and drop.
Okay, I'm always so bad at this. How do I get my character token?
Just drag it over. Click and drag.
But from where do I click? Where do I drag?
From
So, like,
go ahead.
You
on
go to
Roll
the
20, there's
book.
the little book symbol, and then there should be it says characters, and there should be just your character in there, and then you should be able to drag from
I'm
there.
gonna just drag and drop from there.
Yeah. There you go. Is that you?
No.
No, that's me.
Or-
I followed instructions.
Oh, God,
Hey,
got it.
that looks
All
like a
right,
bugbear.
sweet, I'm on.
And then climate is your picture not working?
No, I don't have any room left in Roll20 to put images on there. They won't let me do it anymore.
Can you put it
Well,
in?
you can delete a few.
Can you put it in
That's what I do.
Discord? Comment.
I think you already put it in Discord.
Yeah, there's one. I could delete, but it's not as simple as deleting one. It's deleting 600 individually, one by one.
Is that how many over you are?
Yeah, because I used to have the pro version and I had
Oh, jeez.
gigabytes of images and stuff.
You know what we could do? If PU2, if you give me access to his character sheet, I can put an image in it and take from my library.
It's done. I got it.
Okay.
Go ahead, HEB. Your thing is good.
Hey.
Cool.
Y'all just hang on tight. I'm just trying to get the... Just trying to get the things set up.
Something will stand by me.
So go ahead, y'all, and click on your character sheet and roll initiative as you're rolling up on these guys. And they just see you immediately and go, "Oi! How you doing here?"
Nothing. Just hanging out.
That old orc sent you.
Do you want to put up initiatives?
I'm trying to, but it's not freaking popping up. They changed the thing on roll 20.
On fire tonight.
Yeah, check out that initiative roll. Pulling dirty with that 4.
It's a roller.
Yeah, I don't know how to get that. Okay, there we go. Woof. All right. Well done, y'all. So to do this, okay, nice job. Yep. Garza, and just waiting on you, Alex.
From a 4 to an 8. Look at me go.
Doubling up.
Shit. Amazing what you can do when you believe in yourself.
That's right. Okay. 2 thugs. There they are.
A thug.
This person is clearly a thug.
Oi! Get off the dock! It's gonna be Ethereal Corpse, I hear, or it may be someone else's, we'll see. But it needs to go up for auction. You don't want to disturb a local tradition, do you? I'm gonna do one initiative for both thugs just to make it easier on me.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Let me get this sorted by... Alright. That'd be Garza up first.
Yeah, I'll just shout at the thugs. Those materials are for our captain's ship, so they're practically ours already. Is it like very clear they're gonna fight us? Because I don't want to just mug somebody. But
I do.
if he's like already fighting me,
They don't look like... Yeah, they're definitely wanting to like rough you up because you're here. Like the more you get on the dock, the more aggressive
Great.
they're getting. So,
That's all I needed.
but they have not thrown a punch yet. But that is just what you're reading into the situation.
That's just because they're too slow.
Yeah, that's it.
And I say, I'll show you the power of the dragon turtle style.
Nice.
And I'll do like very elaborate like flip kick and attack with my martial arts.
22 is gonna hit.
22.
Good golly.
Yeah, that was a really good roll.
Nice.
And I'll do 7 bludgeoning damage. And I'll go, I'll show you my real power. And because I'm a monk, as a bonus action, I can do another unarmed strike.
That's gonna hit.
Another 5 bludgeoning damage. And I'm attacking this one right next to me.
Gotcha.
So, like, do like a flip kick, and then while I'm still in air, kick with my other foot, and then land.
Very cool. All right. Anything else from you, Garza?
Negative.
Okay. Ichibi.
Ichibi kind of follows Garza's lead. He pulls out a short bow.
Okay.
And he reaches into his quiver to pull an arrow out and accidentally pulls a fish out. And puts it on the bow and pulls it back like it's a stretchy fish. And then he accidentally, and then he throws that off to the side and gets an actual arrow and pulls it back and fires at the same guy.
Nice.
The monk punched. Let's see here. Oh, it's a longbow. Excuse me.
Good job.
Wow.
Just can't roll bad, can you?
This is 24 hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
So
bear
that's,
poop in the woods.
That's 12 damage. Piercing damage.
Good golly. You guys are
Give him an earring.
You guys are making you said 12?
Yeah.
Golly.
I critted. I mean,
Oi, these guys, they mean business. Hey, they mean business, Biggs. I think they may mean business.
it's a lot of oys and a's from you guys. Why don't y'all just get off the dock?
Don't tell us what to do. Oi. Alright. Anything else from you? Crit Master.
Crit Master out.
Okay. Alright. They are going to do 2 attacks. They are multi-tacking. So let me. Does that freaking. Okay. I'll do it from here. Can you guys see that on the stream? That is on the stream. Crap! Okay. Maybe do it off.
I'm just not watching the stream.
Okay,
I've
just
gotta
don't
do it
watch
when
the
I'm
stream,
not watching.
folks. Just ignore. It's 2 mace attacks against Garza. The one that's.
Those will both hit.
Okay. 9.
Alright. So after landing and feeling all cocky, just gets wham wham bashed, and I'm pretty bloodied up. I am still standing
Good.
by some miracle.
So the other thug takes his turn, but he's going to go after Orthos. And he's like, "Quit looking at me! Oi!" And he gets advantage because of pack tactics.
Oh no.
That is 11 damage to you, Orthos.
Oi.
Oi. So you can go to your character sheet where it says hit points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Adjust that number down.
Oh, that hurts. Okay.
But they are through. And that is all they do.
Man.
Alright. Well, Orthos isn't feeling so hot, but it's his turn, I guess.
Yep.
I guess we're going to focus on the first thug that's already been
Yep.
beaten to a pulp.
Yeah, he's looking pretty
let's see.
bloodied up.
Alright. So we'll swing with his. He'll take his scimitar and his longsword out.
That's gonna hit.
Nice.
All right. Orthos, how do you want to end the life of this first thug?
I guess we'll just stab him through the heart and then
Nice.
like fling him off the sword into the water.
Okay.
Mm.
Kaplunk. And the other thug is looking real scared out of his mind right now. Holy crap! These guys mean business.
Always.
That's right.
No witnesses.
No mercy.
This crap is crazy. No cap.
You have no riz.
No riz.
It's sus.
I mean, pirates are by definition sus.
That's right. All right. Anything else from you, Orthos? Do you want to move or anything, or you used your action, so you really just got movement.
Which one is dead? Which of the thugs?
Sorry. Yeah, I need to mark that, don't I?
The right one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. What's my movement?
You are engaged in combat with that one next to you, so if you do move, he does get an attack of opportunity if you move out past 5 feet of him. So just so you know.
Okay.
So he can take a swing at you if you move too far away from him.
I guess I'll hang out there and just pray.
Okay. All right. Coming up next is Gornick.
All right. Gornick is going to step forward with his warhammer
Nice.
and take a swing at the remaining thug. Move into position here. And where did my warhammer go? Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Yes. All right.
Nice.
10 bludgeon.
Very good.
Boy.
Oi.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else from you?
No, I think I'll stay put.
Okay. Garza.
Yeah, so like I pull myself together from being very bloodied up, beat up, and say, I can't give up now. And I'm gonna, oops, go in front of the second thug, and I'm gonna shout to him, "My name is Garza, and I'm really good at taking hits." And I am gonna attack him with my dragon turtle style. I'd say as I'm getting hurt, I'm getting like sloppier. So these more like haymakers now instead of fancy kicks in that. So 17, I believe, hits.
Yes, it does.
7
7.
bludgeoning, and then I'll do a bonus action attack. 10 might not hit.
It does not.
All right, so I missed with my second one. Kind of fighting sloppy here, but that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Ichibi.
Ichibi will load another arrow.
Nice.
And there is a fish stuck to the end of it. So he's gonna have to try to remove that and then fire his longbow at that thug.
Oh my
Golly.
God.
What is going on?
No.
I am not like. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do it again.
Nice.
See what happens.
He's scripting.
Okay.
It still would be good, but. All right, roll your damage for that nice one.
7.
All right.
Oh,
And then was that the first one?
Yeah, it was the first one.
Okay.
To 7.
It's a little
He's gonna-
underwhelming.
Yeah. He's just aiming for the typical movie, shoulder glance fire, shot.
All right. It is the thug's turn. He has been hit with the warhammer. He has been shot at with fish arrows. So he is saying,
right.
he's going, "Oi, you blokes are crazy. I'm getting out of here." And he's going to use the disengage action to flee 30 feet behind this lumber right here. And he is wanting to get the hell out of Dodge. So that is his turn. Orthos.
All right.
Finish him.
So, right.
Kill him.
And y'all have to tell me if this is something that's allowed or not.
Okay.
Am I allowed to knock the lumber over on top of him?
Sure. So for that, you could do a strength
Yes.
check. On your character sheet, you could use athletics or any of the ones that are related to strength. You could also just give me a strength save too. Any of those you can do to kind of do that. But sure, yeah, you can definitely try to
Okay.
kill him with the lumber
Let's see.
pile.
We're going to try.
Oh,
What?
You're really excited to be part
I
of
have a
this.
sucks.
+5.
poor dude.
You're
A 1.
I think
Right.
Ichibi is just absorbing all good rolls from the rest of
all
the
the
party.
good luck.
Absorb the luck
You
from the group.
suck.
So Orthos just goes over to shove the lumber pile. It's going to be super cool. He's trying to show off for his new crew, and he just can't get a grip, and ends up getting a little splinter in his hand after he does it too.
It
So
hurts. Might get infected. You never know.
That's right.
They're heavier than they look.
So Orthos, if
The real
we
hero.
will say that you use some of your movement to get up there next to that wood pile. So if you just want to move your character up to that wood pile, yeah, there you go. You're kind of there on the
Yeah.
edge. And that was your action to move the wood pile. So if you want to use any more of your movement, you could get probably another 15 feet or so if you wanted, or you could stay where you're at for now.
I'll stay. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
I can swim.
It is, who's that other one? Gornick. It is Gornick's turn.
Yes. Bring out the trusty warhammer. I'm going after this guy, so I'm going to use some of my movement to get up behind this wood pile
Oi!
You mean you don't want to
and
push the wood
just
pile over?
mercilessly, swing that thing. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
I think it hits. I feel bad for obliterating this guy now. But I'm going to go for it.
No,
7
too much.
Oi!
Deserved.
He is barely alive. He is barely alive. Like one piece of life left.
I'm going to use my just last action, just lean around the lumber pile and say, "We've almost got him."
He's almost
I'm
dead.
going to stay put. Let me into my turn.
All right, Garza, your turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run over here and say, "You had the right idea. You were just a man down." And I'm gonna help him push over this pile of lumber. I like this plan. I want it to work.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like me helping him do it.
So he's already done it. So here's what I'll say you can do. I'll say he kind of inspires you, Orthos, to do it again. So if we want to do a strength roll that comes from Garza with advantage, we'll do that.
Okay. 13.
It's gonna move the wood pile, but it's not gonna topple it over with a 13. So it scares the crap out of this.
Such a good
thug,
plan.
It is a good plan.
I shed a small tear.
And he dies of a heart attack, right?
No, he's almost dead, but no.
He's so scared.
He's scared the crap. You shook him. Like, he's definitely very scared. All right, Ichibi.
Can Ichibi like run over here and climb on top of the wood pile?
Not in one turn. You could probably make it halfway up by the dimensions of it.
Okay. I don't know. I guess Ichibi's gonna run up here, and that's about as far as he can go.
Okay.
He's gonna try to throw
A fish.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to be the fish man, but yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say. Let's just say like a hermit crab, like falls out of his pants leg, and he picks it up and throws it over the lumber pile at the dude. So is that just a D20?
Yeah, just give me a luck roll. It goes
so
wide.
Okay.
This guy will die one day.
So he is gonna go, "Oi, you juggers are crazy!" And he's really going to try his best to flee yet again on his turn. I think he will use a dodge action. So he's going to use a dodge action and move another 30 feet. Ichibi... Is Ichibi in attack range? No. But freaking Gornick is.
Yeah.
So he's going to move 30 feet. He's going to move 30 feet, which would be just on the edge, other edge of that wood pile.
The wood pile plan.
And Gornick, you can do a attack of opportunity. It will be a disadvantage because he took the dodge action.
Yeah, I'll still try.
Okay.
Gotta try.
So you give me a... Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Nice.
That was good rolls for both advantage and disadvantage. So, all right. How do you want to murder this last thug? I'll leave him here.
When you put it that way. So I'm just going to walk over, and I'm going to look him in the eye and just go, "Oi," and swing my
And he reverberates back, "Oi." And just, it's his soul leaves his body.
Wow.
No, I'm immediately wanted for murder.
All right. And that is, we are out of combat, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want all the lumber.
Okay. So you guys kind of start trying to use like some of the wood around. There's kind of these like carts that sort of have kind of rudimentary but useful wheels on them that kind of you can use to kind of wheel the lumber, and you're able to do a couple shifts, everybody contributing, and you're able to move this lumber to the shop. And the shop, as you know, has that sort of like hangar that's over the water in the back. So you're able to kind of use little barges to kind of like bus it to where it needs to be. The shop owner is extremely grateful. You see him try to hold back tears. He's so happy. Nero Keel is. And he kind of nods and gets control of himself. and says, "Okay, a deal's a deal. You brought me all my lumber for backlog for several months, so I promise I can get you a ship. Just give me a couple days, and we'll get you a nice vessel for your voyage." And then you hear a commotion out in the streets. So you kind of go out the door of the storefront, and you look down the crowded streets of downtown. The crowded streets have parted. There is kind of like this a high noon situation going on. You walk out and you see your captain. And, no, I'm sorry. You see him off in the distance. So you walk out and there's kind of this stalemate between what looks like your captain and it looks like some other dude. And, you just hear yelling, "That's it! You're going down!" And and this other individual charges at what looks like your captain. And let me just get the music appropriately started. Where the frick is that? Okay. "You're going down!" And you see this guy kind of get really big. He kind of is able to... You see his limbs grow in size, and he charges after your captain. And you see him wind up his fist and charge after him with this giant punch that sort of rains down on your captain. And your captain just yells out in response, "Counter, counter! Just see!" And you see him put his hands up and just knock back the attacker back into a nearby building. And the crowd around is floored. And you hear all this sort of commotion afterwards of, that guy was... Who is this guy? He just knocked out one of the corporate execs. Those execs are as strong as Minuteman Militia. This is insane. Who is this guy? And the crowd starts losing it. And your captain, just in the middle of the chaos, starts trying to stroll back through the busy streets that have now been flooded with these onlookers of this fight that just happened, where seemingly your captain did very little work to defend himself. And the whole crowd gets an uproar. And you realize, at that moment, there's something more to your captain than meets the eye. And that's where we're in with our session for tonight.
Nice.
Two less thugs on the docks.
That's right.
Classic.
That's a homicide charge for one of us.
Yeah.
But sadly, their sons at home will just become thugs themselves. The cycle of violence never ends.
That's right.
Now, father,
Alas.
We have to
they will
kill their
become
sons.
thugs. We fed the system.
Yeah, thug genocide.
That's right. And your captain got into a street ball. It's all the things to make a good campaign right there, folks. All right, this has been our first episode of Piece of 8. Woo! We finally got to it. So
Let's go.
We got introduced to a nice pirate crew. Thank you, players, for playing. PU2 Cru. Thank you, PS Zombie. Thank you, Climate Changer. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, MK Spectre. Appreciate you, MK Spectre, for your first time on the stream.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
It was fun.
You guys won your first
That's
fight.
Nice.
So let's see how you will get out of this one. So, just as you know, as I've said kind of at the start of the stream, we will be going every other week on Beaten Path, and then the off weeks from that will be this campaign. So we will see you in the pirate world in 2 weeks, and catch you next week for some Unbeaten Path. This is PU2 and Cru signing off. I hope you have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.